Mathematics, Applications and Interpretation, Paper 1, Time Zone 1, HL, May 2025. This is question number 6, carries 6 marks. He talks about two different furniture stores, which is Wakia Tree and Luxcraft. Now, these two stores are providing different types of discounts. In the first one, which is Wakia Tree, they provide 30% discount on all chairs, which is priced over 250 Canadian dollars, whereas Luxcraft is giving a flat discount of $150 Canadian dollars on all chairs priced over 250, right? So based on this information, I'm supposed to be writing this equation, f of x and g of x. And after that, there is a third store, which is Opulent Furnishings, and they decide to offer both a 30% discount and a reduction of 150 Canadian dollars on all their chairs, which is priced over 250 Canadian dollars. Now I need to identify what is the meaning of f of g of x, and which will be a more appropriate or more profitable purchase if it is f of g of x or g of f of x if the price of the chair was 450 Canadian dollars. So the first store, which is Wakia, is providing a 30% discount on all chairs, and the original price is X. So I can write the discount as 30% of X. I can use the multiplier, which is 0.7, and give the final price as 0.7x, or I can write f of x as equal to the price minus 30% of x. I can either write it like that or simply write the direct answer as 0.7x. That is also fine. Let's look at the second part. In the second part, the discount provided is a direct 150, and therefore for the second model, I can write g of x as equal to x minus 150 Canadian dollars. Let's look at part B now. This is offering both a 30% discount and a reduction. Let's understand the meaning of f of g of x in context. So what does f of g of x mean? So mathematically, this would simply mean f of g of x. In this context, I'm calculating g of x first, which means I'm giving a $150 discount, and then I'm applying a 30% discount on the remaining amount. That is what this would mean. $150 Canadian dollar discount is applied, and then 30% of discount provided. State with the justification whether f of g of x or g of f of x is better for the customer when they buy a chair at an original price of $450. So f of x is 0.7x, and g of x is simply x minus 150. This is composition of functions. So f of g of x is f of g of x like that, which simply means that this is 0.7 times of x minus 150. So you can see here, based on the previous discussion, I'm first providing a discount of 150 and then providing a 30% discount, right, on the remaining amount. So this is simply going to be this much. I can write this as 7 by 10 over x minus 150. And if the value for x is a 450, then f of g of x is simply going to be equal to 7 over 10 multiplied with 450 minus 150, which is simply going to be 7 over 10 multiplied with 300. Cancels. So that's 210 Canadian dollars. Let's calculate g of f of x. F of x, wherever there is an x, I'm going to be substituting f of x in this function minus 150, and f of x is simply 0.7x minus 150. So this would mean that I'm giving a 30% discount first, and then whatever the amount is on that, I'm giving a further 150 discount. So now I'm taking the value for x is equal to 450. That is going to give me minus 150, which is simply 7 times of 45 minus 150. You can use a calculator here to calculate these values if in case you find it difficult to calculate this. So now looking at the scenario, I'm thinking, okay, which is the better bargain? 165, of course, looks like a better bargain, which is basically getting a 30% discount and then above it getting another $150 discount. And hence, I would conclude this by writing g of f of x is better, obviously for the customer and not for the seller or the store. That's it for this question. Thank you.